Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News 10 at 10, where we give you more news in less time. Let's get started. Just hours ago, Spokane police shared new details in yesterday's hostage situation involving a man threatening to kill himself and two young children. Late this afternoon, the 23-year-old suspect appeared in court. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk tells us what else he has learned. New at 10. Kyle?
Well, yeah, Mark, prosecutors say this dangerous situation was fueled by a breakup and custody battle. Police say KREM had a knife on him and held two children hostage for several hours. SWAT trucks, drones, and dozens of officers. The scene along East Sanson Avenue Wednesday, a few blocks east of the Northtown Mall. Police say a woman called 911 saying her partner, 23-year-old KREM, was threatening to kill himself and two children locked in the house with him.
That he allegedly got mad, said he would kill himself and their children.
KREM appeared in court this afternoon charged with 2 counts of felony harassment.
He allegedly said, quote, "You want full custody, have it, but it's either you come back or we're dead and gone."
Police say KREM repeated those same threats to officers. Spokane City and County SWAT teams set up outside the home along with hostage negotiators. Police say after several hours, several adults and minors were safely removed. However, KREM refused to come out and kept the two children with him.
Quote, "Blood would be spilled."
Police say KREM was armed with a knife. Hours into the standoff, he walked out of the home along with the kids who were unharmed and returned to family. A look at KREM's criminal history reveals he was convicted of second-degree robbery in 2018 and has an ongoing theft case for which he was released to pretrial monitoring and failed to show up to court.
When somebody has a chance to show up with the assistance of pretrial services and blows it off, that doesn't set well. I'm very concerned for the community safety on the new charge.
KREM's defense asked the court to release him without bond today. Prosecutors asked for $26,000.
The state does believe that there exists a present and or future threat to the alleged victims in this case, justifying bond and no contact orders.
And today a judge agreed with prosecutors and set bond at $26,000. KREM remains in jail tonight. Mark?
All right, Kyle, thank you very much. And now to our night beat with a quick look at today's top stories. A scary moment at Shadle Park High School this morning when a student reportedly attacked others with a knife. According to police on scene, one girl was stabbed, another was hurt in the fight. Spokane police say that fight took place in a bathroom inside the school between 4 girls. The student who was stabbed was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. SPS says one girl was detained after the fight. The district wanted parents to know that despite today, safety is their #1 priority.
Our message is that we've increased our campus safety specialists across the district. That's #1. #2 is that we are building a culture of safety in all of our schools. So safety is everybody's responsibility.
Shocked, really shocked, because it's just like you go to school and then you get stabbed. Like, it's kind of bizarre.
After the fight, the school was put under a modified lockdown. No one was allowed in or out. That lockdown was lifted a few hours later. Meantime, Spokane police cleared what officers called a barricade situation near Rogers High School early this morning. Details are still unclear about what led up to the standoff on Helena between Wellesley and Rowan. Police cleared the scene just after 11 this morning. KREM 2 sent a crew to the scene as well, where we learned that police were able to get everyone out of that house safely. It is unclear if anyone has been arrested at this hour. And new tonight, we just learned the construction company in charge of a hangar that collapsed last night in Boise has 7 OSHA violations dating back to 2014. The collapse killed 3 people and injured 9 others. OSHA director in Boise said Big D Builders paid the fines and fixed all previous issues, and the reason behind last night's collapse is still not known. The emergency crews cleared the area earlier today. The scene has been turned over to OSHA investigators. And that was your night beat. To learn more about any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, switching gears to talk weather. The warm temperatures from earlier this week are dropping back down into the 30s and 40s. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Jeremy DeGue to find out what's in store for tomorrow and maybe even the weekend as well. Jeremy?
Well, Mark, a little bit of rain continues to fall here in the inland northwest, and that kind of remains the factor as we head through the rest of the evening and tomorrow. 41 degrees, though, things staying quite mild. We actually hit our low temperature earlier this morning, and overnight, we aren't going to drop too much more with the steady south and southwesterly flow and a whole lot of rain. That rain continues to fall here in eastern Washington, a little bit of it making its way through North Idaho, and it looks like that just continues. But notice the mountains. We're starting to talk the return of snow. Snow creeps its way down in those mountain passes, and we're going to watch it go from up over 5,000 feet down to about 2,500 feet as we get into the weekend. Looks quite interesting over the next few days, but what winds up happening is our temperatures fall. 44 degrees tomorrow, 42 on Saturday, 39 by Sunday, and that brings the chance of a few snowflakes here in town.
All right, sounds good, Jeremy. Thank you very much. We'll check back in with you later in the show. Spokane's new mayor is narrowing down her top priorities for her first 100 days in office based on input directly from citizens. Back in early December, Lisa Brown introduced her transition committees. Now each group has identified suggestions for what the city should focus on first. They include collaborating with the county to develop a possible new public safety measure that goes beyond just building a new jail. Now those recommendations will go to Brown's cabinet and to city council.
All of the recommendations will be more or less assigned to a cabinet member or a cabinet subcabinet, and then we will go from there in prioritizing, assigning timelines, and figuring out implementation.
Mayor Brown says not all the recommendations will make the cut. Instead, she says this is a roadmap of where citizens want to see the city go. Well, today is the first day of Black History Month, and here at KREM 2, we want to highlight those who came before us and shine a light on those who are still creating a positive impact in our community. That includes Sandy Williams, the founder of Spokane's only black newspaper, The Black Lens. Williams tragically passed away in a float plane crash in 2022, but now a bill is making its way through the 2024 legislative session to provide funding for a program created in Williams' honor. The WashDOT Sandy Williams Connecting Communities program creates bike and pedestrian links near current state highways. Its funding is set to expire soon, but now, thanks to a proposed bill, it could become permanent. It currently sits with the Senate. And today, the first edition of Williams' paper, The Black Lens, was released since her death. To celebrate its relaunch, they have a series of events planned for tomorrow night. So starting at 6 p.m. at the steam plant, Senator Maria Cantwell will join Spokane city leaders and Sandy Williams' family to honor her legacy and the legacy of the paper. And right now on KREM 2 Plus, you can catch our Sandy Williams special. It is available for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.